What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Andrew, and with this channel, I basically use it to help out content creators. I give a bunch of value for content creators trying to help market and sell their digital products or coaching services, essentially anything that they are trying to push out using their content. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down how to build an effective content strategy, right? So as I started making content on my own, and since I partner with content creators, we know how crucial and important it is to have a good content strategy. In this video, we're going to be breaking down a content strategy that I use for my content, that I'm using for my partner, my client's content, and essentially we're seeing how we can create content week by week, and yeah. So before we get into the actual content strategy, we need to understand what content is and what it does for a business, right? So content marketing is a type of marketing that involves creating and sharing valuable content with your audience, right? It's one of the most effective ways to grow your business when done well. And if you want to be successful, you need a solid content marketing strategy. So essentially, the foundation for our lead generation, essentially the way we are getting our attention, the way we're attracting new clients, the way we're getting people to our brand, to our services, is through our content, right? Essentially, so that's why I have it here, having the content strategy set up for then when you are pushing out, for example, your organic content, right? You have this optimized, you have this system in place, and now you're able to attack basically all forms of these acquisition channels, right? Even with our paid ads, um paid if we send a paid lead to our value, to our content, and our content isn't optimized, our content is not going to convert them, we're just wasting our money, right? Even with our outreach, right? When we're outreaching with cold DMs, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to check out your content, right? And if your content isn't set up properly, they're not gonna want to work with you, right? So so what is a content marketing strategy, right? So content marketing is simple to understand and be able to apply. But if we want to maximize the returns or the outputs of our content marketing, we need to build a solid foundation and strategy. So, a content marketing strategy is a plan for creating and sharing content that appeals directly to your target audience, essentially giving value to your audience or prospects, right? And it helps you achieve your business goals. So, like I said right here, we need to create content that appeals directly to our target audience. If we're just producing content to produce content, we're not going to get much conversions, right? So before, even when we make our content, we have to determine who we're actually making the content for. Who are we trying to help? What purpose are we having, right? So when developing our content marketing strategy, we want to make sure we are able to hit the following things. So we have to understand their specific goals. We have to understand who our audience is. What kind of content types do they want? Do they want more of this sharing a screen and going over notes? Do they want more vlog type? Do they want more actually going out there and doing it, right? What kind of market are you in, right? What kind of market is your audience in, right? And then essentially conversion mechanisms. Well, I put this here because this is conversion mechanisms we can use to essentially convert. So a conversion mechanism is a mechanism that we use to convert the leads that we're getting. So if we look back to this funnel, we have our conversion mechanisms down here, right? So we see how we can use these things to essentially keep nurturing and essentially convert the leads that we're getting through our content or through our lead magnets, and essentially convert them. So we see that we have content here, right? Now, now having a conversion mechanism set up in your business to actually convert and essentially take your audience from being leads to customers is the conversion process. So we have content right here because we can use our own content to convert, right? Only if it's done well. So it's super important to have your content strategy nailed down, because we can literally convert just from our content. I've had people inbound me reach out to me asking for advice, asking for help, right? And I'm sure you guys have too. So this is why having a content strategy is super important. Not only from the front end, not only for the lead generation, but we can actually use it to convert and turn a lead into a paying customer, right? So by incorporating these elements and be able to apply them to our brands and to apply them to our strategies, will indefinitely grow your target audience, attract higher quality people to your content, which essentially you're going to push them down the funnel and be able to convert them. So in creating our systems, we have to design them to help us actively see the system work and guide our prospects through the stages of the buyer's journey, right? So essentially the three steps to creating a long-term marketing system is, right, I kind of broken down, is set marketing goals, conduct a brand audit, and identifying the current to desired state. But before we get into that, I'm sorry for like being all over all over the place. But when I talk about the stages of the buyer's journeys, what I'm talking about is essentially these stages, right? We are essentially pushing them down through this funnel where essentially kind of looks like this, where we're literally getting all the attention from the top of funnel. Then we're nurturing that attention from the middle, and then we're using conversion mechanisms to them close them. So as we see right here with these are essentially this is the awareness stage where they first get excuse me. This is the awareness stage where they first get introduced to our content. Then we have our consideration stage when they're actually consuming our content, they're understanding it, they understand what we do, right? They see the value that we're putting out. We're giving out more value. They're considering whether they want to opt in, whether they want to receive these lead magnets, and then essentially the conversion. So this is where we have the conversion mechanisms set up to essentially take all this attention, all this awareness that we're getting from up here, and essentially be able to convert it to the close, right? Essentially be able to qualify and then bring them down through the process. So when I say about the stages of the buyer's journey, it's essentially these these three. So it goes from awareness to consideration to conversion. So it's a very funnel-like system, right? I will erase that later. So now that we understand those stages, we can now set up a long-term marketing strategy to target those. So like I said, we need to set up marketing goals, we need to conduct a brand audit, and then we need to identify the current situation, desired situation, right? So setting up marketing goals provides you with long-term vision and right now action. Having clear goals will effectively run the entire system and save our time to focus on content creation or engagement. Or if we build a community, being present in the community, right? So this could all be achieved if we have a clear understanding of our brand, our market, and our goals. So when setting our goals, we have to certify that our content and the purpose of our content is desired to the same goal as us. This will also help you get the content ideation, creating content. So how do we have the same goal as our audience, as our target ideal customer profile, right? So essentially looking at it not from a business but as a client point of view, they land on your brand, right? So let's say um you're a content creator, right? You land on this video because you want to learn how to build an effective content strategy, right? So you land on this video. So now you're essentially in my awareness funnel right now. You're in this stage right now because you're simply this is your first time seeing my brand. This is your first time, or maybe this is your second time or third time you've seen my videos. So you're essentially in the awareness stage. So what my goal is to provide valuable content, to provide good content for my market, for content creators. So essentially I can give them this high value and then be able to offer, for example, my lead magnets, right? Then I would either push you to a landing page or then maybe collect your information, maybe head over to Instagram, have some conversations where I can see if if I'm a good fit to help you, and if you're a good fit for my help, right? And then essentially at the end of the day, all we do is want to convert the attention we're getting to buyers. But then if you look at it from a client perspective, from a viewer perspective, they're getting help through, right? They're getting the help, they're getting the value. They're now getting even more value from the lead magnets. They're like, damn, like this dude is really helping me out. He's helping me build this business. He's helping me with my content strategy. He's helping me, if you're going to the gym, giving me gym workouts, right? He's giving me all this. I'm gonna go through his funnel. If he's asking to collect my emails for email marketing, I'm gonna sign up for the newsletter because he's just giving out so much value, right? And essentially, he's like, our viewer would be like, dang, like this dude, like this, he can really change my business. He can really change my gym routine. He can really do all this for me. And that's when essentially they're gonna come through here and essentially go through the whole process and be able to close. So you see how we all have the same end goal, and that is to close. For us, it's to close so we can have a client. For them, it's to close so they can have a a mentor, they can have a coach, or they can have a program that's essentially going to get them from their current stage to the desired stage, right? I hope that makes sense, right? So then I mentioned brand auditing. So this is a marketing strategy in um real this is what we use for in the like SMMA, like social media marketing, right? So this is essentially conducting a brand audit is essentially a systematic review or research of a brand business marketing function, right? So we can dig deep into our market and look at what other brands are doing to bring in attention. What hooks are they using? What style of editing? How often are they posting? So by conducting an audit and understanding why a certain video did so well or why a certain creator has such high engagement or what are they doing will allow us to make decisions based on objective evidence rather than just because they feel like it. So if we see that these content creators are using like really good hooks and they're really getting a lot of engagement, then we need to start, okay, let's start using good hooks. So we need to essentially study and understand our markets, how they're using it, and understanding other people's markets, right? Looking at it as a bigger perspective, looking at different niches, looking at niches. And if you're a gym trainer, you're looking at a football coach, you're looking at basketball, you're looking at a soccer coach, right? So to conduct an audit, to understand the market, what we can do is come up with 6 different questions you can base the audit based on your goals, right? So essentially, what are your goals? After the goals that we came up right here, right? What is the purpose of your content? After you understand what to look for, create a spreadsheet with 10 of the top creators in your niche and the top 10 of any your favorite creators out of like the whole market. Like this could be like different niches, different markets. Then when you have right, and now you take these 6 questions and now you can answer each of those questions with each content creator. And then when you have the audit research completed, go back and write the most common answer to the question. So it kind of will look like this. So you have 6 questions. One can be, okay, how are they getting engagement? How are they providing value? How are they interacting? How are they pushing out their service? So we take all these questions, right? And then we look at every single content creator in our niche and then and other markets, and we ask them these 6 simple questions, right? Once we are able to come up with the answers, we want to take all those answers and kind of see, okay, what is most commonly used? What can I do? Right? So you can organize your content audits by these categories. So per piece of content, looking at the following. So for example, you can split it up by content title. So what titles, headlines, copy are they using? Engagement. What stage are the engagements coming from? System funnel stage. What stage of the system are they at? So this is what I talked about the stages. Are they providing content for awareness? Are they providing content for people that are already aware for the brand, but now they're trying to nurture you? Or are they providing content to completely convert you? It's basically a video sales letter where they're showing you exactly how they can help you. So you have to understand that too. Hooks, how are they capturing views? How are they retaining attention? And then activity engagement, right? So these are all things that we can study and we can see to apply to our own brand. And then the last stage would be simply identifying the current stage to the desired stage. So we got to remember that our content is meant to attract and pull in your prospects. So by simply writing down and identifying what content works and what content you need to be producing, essentially we are identifying the current situation to desired situation, right? So what I'm actually doing with one of my content creator partners, like Football Dreams Come True, is we see that our content and the value we're giving out is for athletes. In better case, football athletes who are trying to get better and improve skill and make it to college, for example. So their current situation might be their lack of skill. Their desired situation is to improve skills, right? So just by figuring that out, we can then tailor our products, our services, our content, all essentially to solve their problems, get them to their goal. And like I mentioned, we have the same goal at the end. At the end of the day, we want to bring them through this funnel. But what this funnel also does is we could also shoot my man. We could also break it up horizontally, right? And split it up by stages. So we can also look at it like this. So this is their current situation, this is their desired, right? So we can essentially look at it like this, and each stage of this funnel is the stage that they're going to go through, right? So this is their current, this is bad, they don't want to be here, this is their lack of skill, and this is their improved skill, right? So through our content, we're able to bring them through each gap, and then because of our content, we're also able to bring them through each funnel, each stage of this funnel, right? We're essentially bringing them down and down, same as they're here, right? So at the end of the day, they're going to be happy and we're going to be happy because we brought them to the conversion state, right? So real quick, it's really important that we understand how the relationship between these both funnels look like, because they are essentially working towards the same goal, right? So it's not so much, okay, I'm building a system just for my business. No, you're building a system for your market. You're building a system for your clients as well. So attracting more people and then converting them into high quality prospects and then essentially closing them as consumers is our goal with our marketing strategy. So I hope that that little breakdown was able to help. I hope that was some value for y'all. Like I said, if you are a content creator and you are you're struggling with either one of these stages, awareness, consideration, or converting the attention you're getting, definitely hit my IG, hit my DMs, and we can start networking, right? So yeah, that's it for today's video. I appreciate everyone watching this, and y'all have a good one. Peace. Thank you.